So this is something that everybody seems to be talking about, and I didn't actually watch the Leafs versus Senators game. Well, I kind of did. I watched up until I'd say maybe halfway through the second period, but I felt so fucking sick. Like I was throwing up, probably from all the bullshit. But the next morning, all I heard about was what Morgan Riley did, and you all know what I'm talking about. But if not, just go look at. It'll be all over TikTok. But anyways, Morgan Riley cross-checked some Ottawa Senators player right in the face. Now, I want to discuss this, and I'm not here to defend Riley, and that's the point that I want to make, is that I'm not here to defend Riley. I'm here to say that it's two-sided, you know? Like, yeah, he took a slap shot, and maybe what Riley, his reaction was a little bit out there, but if Riley wouldn't have done anything, then everybody would have been like, "Oh, the Leafs are so soft," and that's the hard part about being a fucking Leafs fan. You know, it's like no matter what you do, it's always fucking one-sided. You know, because if they don't do anything about it, oh, the Leafs are too soft. But if they do something about it, well, it's too much. Like, what are you're not giving us anything to fucking go off of, which is bullshit. But anyways, so Morgan Riley, after that, he goes up to him and cross-checks him in the face, and honestly, good for Riley. I'm happy that he did that for a couple of reasons. One of which, obviously, being that if he wouldn't have done that, it would have been a completely other-sided sort of fucking situation, and that just pisses me off, you know. But another thing too is that Ryan Reeves was put out for the final face-off, is what I heard, and all Brady Kachuk could say to whoever took the face off, because apparently Ryan Reeves was like, "Hey, you want to go? You want to go?" And all Brady Kachuk could shout from the fucking bench was, "Don't fight! Don't fight!" Like, what the fuck? You know, you're overreacting and all this kind of stuff like it was a bad thing to do. But the Ottawa Senators didn't fucking stand up. Yeah, they were there for the scrum and all that kind of shit afterwards, but there was no fucking fighting or anything during or after. You know, like it was like what the fuck? You know? Like, yeah, he's gonna get suspended, and it's obviously gonna be more because he's a fucking Leafs player, and the whole league is against us, you know? But it's like, people seem to be taking this way out of proportion, you know? Like, there's unwritten rules in hockey, and, you know, he's just being a fucking dick about it. And, yeah, like I said, what Riley did was a little bit out there. It was a little bit much. But it's like he fucking showed the passion that he has to be on the Leafs, and that's why he's such a fucking good player for the Leafs is his passion. And that's something that a lot of people say that players like fucking Marner and Matthews don't have, is that they don't have passion. Of course they fucking have passion. Go look up Matthews crying in the fucking locker room after I think it was the Tampa series there against against Tampa in 2022, I think. He broke down into tears and he stayed in the locker room. And a lot of people say, "Oh, what a fucking crybaby," but that's just a perfect example of how things are so fucking lopsided, you know. Because if he would have just said, "Oh, whatever," it would have been like, "Oh, he doesn't have the fucking passion." But because he's crying, it's just like, what a fucking little bitch. Like, what the fuck? What are we supposed to do? You know, like you don't give us anything to go off of. And it's like my favorite example is the fact about the Stanley Cups and how the Leafs haven't won. Most of those people are fucking Hab fans. You know where the Montreal Canadiens got more than half of their cups before expansion. But my point here is not to rip on Hab fans. That's just me using an example of how lopsided everything is. But anyways, like I said, I'm not here to defend Riley. I do agree that what he did was a little bit out there, but at the same time, it's like, you know, people are saying that that's a fucking horrible thing for him to do and he should be ashamed of and all this kind of shit. It's like, no, he shouldn't. You know, he stuck up for his team because that Senators guy, I think his name's like Greg or something like that. He knew what he was doing, you know? Like he basically asked for it. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you watched the entire thing, well, thank you very much for listening to what I had to say. Anyways, see ya.